In our latest episode, the Reichsdoktor goes to a Jewish cemetery to perform a more in-depth analysis of the Bluetooth emissions from beyond the grave. We find countless Bluetooth MAC addresses and intercept the packets of data emanating from the ground below.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That one doesn't count. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Doesn't count. 29, 30. 30 murders by COVID vaccination. So have a look at this person's grave, for instance. So please don't step on the grave. I mean, if this is a human, well, actually, that's not a human, that's a Jew. So, yeah, you can step all over that. Fuck you, like bastards. So,
yeah, 3.98 meters. So this yid is basically 4 meters underground. And we have a Faraday cage. And it is completely grounded. It's completely grounded.
And we're getting Bluetooth emissions.
Completely grounded. Completely grounded.
Bluetooth scanner guides us to some anomalous emissions. Then we use the CC2540 to sniff the Bluetooth packets in the middle of an empty cemetery.
There's a lot of packets in the area. This cemetery is crawling with data. Oh my gosh. Get me out of here.
Now let's try again.
Oh my.
We look up all of the MAC addresses we found at the cemetery using an online MAC address lookup website. Shockingly, we find they do not exist and have no known vendors. Stay tuned for our latest and greatest episode ever, Bluetooth from Beyond the Grave 2, starring the Reichsdoktor.
Ready, go.
Hello, this is Adam Smith here, aka the Reichsdoktor. And this is now the third time that we're going to be doing some graveyard evidence with the Faraday cage. And some other people have been criticising my Faraday cage methodology, so yes, this time we will be using a grounding rod. And I'm also going to be using a little scanning digger tool. Now, one question I'd like to ask all of you, and the fact checkers, who seem to think that I'm some sort of pathological liar, is why am I detecting so many Bluetooth MAC addresses coming from this cemetery? Have a look where we are. We're inside of a cemetery. Okay, now have a look at my little scanning device thing here. Let's see if we can find any device of some of these graves. Okay, get some strong signals. I mean, we're getting quite a few Bluetooth MAC addresses. Have you seen all of them? Have a look. 1, 2, well, gateway doesn't count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 MAC addresses. Let's see if we can find any more. See if any of these get any stronger. And this one here is like 88. 9. You filming this? Try and keep this in shot at all times so that anyone who
Oh, wow, I stepped in water. It's all good.
Okay. So did I. Let's go this way. Slowly. So, I mean, tell me, Kep, what do you think these Bluetooth MAC addresses we're detecting?
Stop and let me get a clear shot.
What do you think all of these Bluetooth MAC addresses are that we're detecting here in the cemetery?
I actually have no clue because there's no actual identifying device with it. It's not like a Samsung. Normally, when you scan for a Bluetooth device, it should say like my Bose or whatever, or you know, Adam's phone or something.
Sure.
You know, some sort of Bluetooth speaker. Why would there be so many MAC addresses inside of a cemetery? Do many people get buried with their phones? I don't know. Do many people get buried with Oculus headsets? Maybe. A lot of people don't want to be on this planet and they want to die in a VR headset, so I don't know.
It's not a planet, it's flat.
It's flat, my bad. Anyway, I don't understand either. I really don't know.
Well, I'll tell you why, but the fact checkers won't agree with me. The reason why we're detecting so many Bluetooth MAC addresses that don't have resolved handles inside of this cemetery is because there are quite a few people who have been murdered with COVID-19 vaccines, PCR tests, monoclonal antibodies and supplements containing nanobot-infused polyethylene glycol and polysorbate 80 that has genetically engineered them and reprogrammed them into being cryptocurrency miners. And if you don't believe me, you can look up Bill Gates' patent WO2020060606A1, and this is a body area network sensing system that is also used as a cryptocurrency miner that uses DNA-based computation to turn your cells even after death to make Bill Gates even more money.
So we got to talk about this. This is a patent that was recently discovered. All right. And this is a Microsoft patent, right? Applicants, Microsoft Technology Licensing. Shout out to Memory Hold again. I got this from his report earlier today. Cryptocurrency system using body activity data. And what do you notice in the patent number? 666. The satanic brand is right there in the patent number. Human body activity associated with the task provided to a user may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. A server may provide a task to a device of a user which is communicatively coupled to that server. A sensor communicatively coupled to or comprised in the device of the user may sense body activity of the user. Body activity data may be generated based on the sense body activity of the user. The cryptocurrency system communicatively coupled to that device of the user may verify if the body activity data satisfies one or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system. One or more conditions set by the cryptocurrency system. And award cryptocurrency to the user whose body activity data is verified. So this goes in with the microchips or the nanotechnology, the digital surveillance system, the digital currency, digital income wallet. They're developing this, and the implications for these kind of applications, this kind of software in a chip would be like, well, you know, let's say you sit on your ass all week, you don't get up and do anything. They can't determine, you know, if they can't determine that you have, I don't know, let's say to buy sodas, right? To buy sugary drinks. It's now mandated in this digital currency system that you have to, that you have to walk 10 miles a day. Or let's just say a week, right? If you didn't walk your 10 miles, if you weren't physically active, no sugary drinks for you. You get nothing but, I don't know, nanotechnology laced water that day, right? It could also have further implications like, well, if you're not that physically active, then you only get a certain amount of calories for this week. These are the implications of this kind of technology. But this is a real patent. Okay, this is, breaking news. Bill Gates wants to monitor your activity level and distribute cryptocurrency depending on how active you are.
I'm particularly concerned about and preoccupied with today, it is how little the world is unprepared for the fourth industrial revolution. Why is it the fourth industrial revolution? Some people say, no, it's the third. Let me just recapitulate. The first one, of course, we all know, was the steam engine. The second one was the invention of mass production, electricity, the Ford T model. The third one was the computer and the beginning of the internet. And now people ask, but isn't the fourth industrial revolution just a continuation of the third? And my answer is definitively no. Why? There are four reasons. The first one is that the speed of the fourth industrial revolution is mind-boggling. I started to write the book a year ago, and I have to say, a year ago, I just remember I had to explain to a banker what fintech is. All those new blockchain, self-driving cars and so on, which were considered to be futuristic, became reality just over the last 12 months. And you have been at the forefront of this fast implementation of the new innovative drive. The second difference of the fourth industrial revolution is that it is not just one technology. People say sometimes, yes, it's a digital revolution. No, it's not just a digital revolution. It is many other areas. It's brain research, nanotechnology, and I could go on and on, the life sciences and so on. It's a fusion of the physical, the digital, and the biological world. That's really the essence of the fourth industrial revolution. Now, the third change is the fact that it is a systems revolution. It is not so much a product revolution where you bring out new products or create new services. It is changing existing systems. Just think of Uber or Airbnb or of shared economy. It is not a new product, I repeat, but it's a system as such which is changed. It doesn't just change what we are doing. If you look at the first three revolutions, it made us more productive, it helped us to communicate faster, to communicate with more people, to help us in our consumption patterns and so on. But the fourth industrial revolution is actually changing ourselves. It's changing not only what we are doing, it's changing who we are.
And others speculate on this, how something like this might happen with regard to a pandemic. Again, in true Hegelian style, Hegelian dialectic is where you cause a problem which causes a reaction that you just so happen to have the solution for, already ready to go, right? So, okay, just imagine this. Whoever they are, they're responsible for everything, right? Release a really bad flu pandemic of some sort. Well, imagine this. If you don't get the shot that they've got all ready to go for you, no shot or cure means, well, you don't have a job. Somebody mentioned last night, their job requires them to take the flu shot. And if they don't get the flu shot, they lose their job. So we're already seeing kind of a microcosm of that happening right now, a test. Got to take the shot. You can't be a teacher in school, or you can't work at CVS or whatever. You got to take the shot. So they're already making it mandatory for some people. So we've got a little miniature test going on with that. If you don't take it, there's no cure, no job, you end up being quarantined. Oh, you don't want to take the shot? You don't want to take what really I believe is going to be the mark of the beast? Well, fine, you're going to have to be quarantined. Bring you over here. Well, that means you're not going to have any money, which means you won't be able to buy or sell. That seems to be a good explanation to me to explain why they can't buy or sell, but also explain why they beg for death, but death flees from them. Because they can't die, right? So that's if you don't take the shot, you end up with no job, quarantine, no flu, or no food, no buying or selling. But if you do take the shot, well, you have some interesting side effects. It's like those commercials, where you always see the drug that they're offering. Side effects may include drowsiness, blah, 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 Take the shot. Side effects may include counterfeit immortality, not redeemable, and cast alive into the lake of fire. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. All right, I'm joking about it, but it's serious. That's some serious business right there. And there's going to come a time, especially if we're going through this thing, where some tough decisions may have to be made. When you're looking at your kid that's got this pandemic that they released, and they've got this cure over there, but you heard this stuff, and the Holy Spirit's telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't inject your kid with the mark of the beast. Well, we're going to have to work on that strong faith thing and believe in God and trusting in Him.
So without further ado, let's have a little stroll through this graveyard and see if we get some strong signals of some of these graves. Come on.
I'm not a huge fan of cemeteries, man.
Well, to me, this is a crime scene. The coroner has been paid $9,000 to lie and say that this person died of COVID-19, even though they were fully vaccinated. The vaccine companies have made a shitload of money out of injecting people with, Bluetooth emitting, terahertz emitting, gene altering, nanotechnology. The hospitals have been paid through the nose to stick PCR tests littered with nanobots up people's noses, to pump them full of remdesivir to shut down their organs, put them on ventilators with far too much high pressure that's also broadcasting 5G waves at them. It's cooking them from the inside out. And here we are.